All right, this is Joe Mckillop.
And also, dude, do you want me to look at this like here and there?
No, you don't have to. You could, like, it's better to like not look at the camera because it feels like
more of a conversation.
Yeah, that's really it. Like I mean, it doesn't fucking matter either way. We're gonna have like maybe 300 people watch it.
Yeah, still, hey, bro, I'm gonna give your shit. I want to look crisp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you want to talk about some crazy shit too, or no?
Yeah, we can go into that. Yeah. I'm gonna tread lightly for sure. I'm gonna tread lightly. I mean, whatever the fuck it is too much. I'll just give you one of these. Cut that one out.
Cut that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can mark it down to like whenever the fuck we.
Yeah, 3:30. Cut that out so I don't lose my job.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you tell your people that you're gonna do the podcast or no?
Yeah. So I was talking to one of my guys over there like a few minutes ago, and he was pretty excited about it. He was like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." He's like, "Yeah, talk about Omni a little bit, let them know what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish."
And your guys is 2 years old too, or a year?
Yeah, 2 years old. Top of the line. I mean, obviously, 2 years. But, I mean, top to bottom, we got 15 years experience. Guys who have been owners of other companies, CFOs, CEOs, so a lot of experience top to bottom.
Yeah, being a newer company has its advantages, too, because, like, you can really focus on your clients, like, one at a time, rather than being, like, a huge, massive corporation. Like, one of the things, like, we just started doing the marketing for different companies. Like, so I just started with, like, 3 or 4 of them, and then I worked with a small gym, too, that was getting started. And they were like, well, like, have you guys had any experience? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest, like, you're one of our first clients. That's why we're giving you such a, like, tremendous deal, like, such a great opportunity. Because we're going to really be able to focus on you guys and show you guys as a future example. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of the best things, like, when you could spin it almost on its head. Yeah. Like, when someone's like, oh, well, why don't I go with a bigger company or something like that? You know, even though you might be a little bit more expensive or a little bit more, you know, not saying you guys are, but you know, if you guys are more expensive or something like that, you could just be like, hey, we're going to cater to you. We're going to get it done right. And we're going to be with you hands-on, like, with 100% of the way. Like,
no, to your point, you're 100% right. I mean, that's honestly one of the biggest points of why, honestly, a lot of people take our company versus other companies. Because you're not dealing with a company that has 5 million clients. You know, we're working with tens of thousands of people right now. So it's very hands-on. It's like more of a first-person experience. You know what I mean? A lot of my clients, they have my personal number, so...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to earn business through your roof so we can get referrals, reviews, and, you know, that's just how we're building right now and have done a good job expanding off of that.
Yeah, we did that when we sold solar with me and Scott, and we did I sold solar before. I would do it through the one company called Power, and they were good. Like, they were pretty efficient. It's just, like, they were so big, it was hard to get a hold of, like, the people in charge. Like, I'd be like, like, because they were doing, like, subcontract. So, like, they would take on the job and then sub it out to somebody else, and they would be like, it would take like a week for like a legit response or like a fucking something I could tell like the customer. So it was kind of just like, I don't know. I worked with the bigger guys and it's just a fucking pain in the dick. Not even just bigger. It's just a fucking more corporate.
More of a web.
Yeah, more of a web. It's just more of like working with fucking, what are they called? I think called site operators or whatever the fuck they're called. What do you call them? Site operators?
As like an EPC, like an installer?
Yeah, no, not an installer. Like the person that was in charge of the fucking, not deal, but like I guess just the operation. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I'm not one of the owners of the company, so I won't go too much into that. But the biggest blessing for me about our company is we do everything in house.
Right.
You know, if I need something done with a roof or a tree removal. Water purification on top of obviously the solar. It's very easy for me to get a hold of somebody with, you know, kind of whenever I need to. Right. That being said, it's a very smooth process for the homeowner. Because at the end of the day, man, it's a 25-year experience. It's not going to all be perfect. It's still a project, still a little bit of construction. What you want is a person that, at the end of the day, if something does go wrong, that they're going to answer the phone, they're going to get shit done within 24 hours and make it back. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What are the biggest things that you've seen, like, yourself grow as a salesman and as just as a salesperson in general, like selling somebody, no doubt. You know, because at the end of the day, it's a sales position, you know.
The biggest thing, I mean, I learned, and I've seen a lot of people fail in sales because again, they don't know how to do this, man. And listen, I mean, I'm only 23 years old. I got about 2.5, 3 years experience in sales. But one of the biggest things is you make a friend, you make a sale. The biggest thing I learned is just be genuine. Actually give a shit about people. Make sure you're putting them in a better spot than you found them. And what that does is it rolls into more income in your pockets. Because, I mean, I've had people where I told them, it doesn't make sense for you to go solar. they gave me a referral, and their friend, their family, their colleague, they'll go solar with me because there's that trust there. Where I literally told you it's not a good, situation for you. I didn't make any money off it, and I was honest. So they trust you, and it goes a much longer way. But also, man, active listening. If you look it up, that's all sales is about, man. People tell you how to sell them while they're speaking to you. Right. You just got to actively listen, be on top of it, and see how you can help them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you see it every day, man. People walk in here. It's like, what do you want? You want abs? You want a 40-inch back? What the fuck do you want? What can you get out of me, man?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of the same deal. Just got to figure out where I can help you.
So, like, how much did you say you've made in the last 2.5 years just off of solar sales?
Last 2.5 years. I'll start with last year. Last year, probably one of my best years yet. Smoked 6 figures out of the way. Right. Won't give it an exact dollar figure. I try not to be.
Because of IRS.
Right. Yeah, I know, right?
If the IRS is listening, it's just a joke. Everything we're saying.
They're listening. I mean, 20,000 last year. No, but I've had the blessing to. I mean, 3.5 years ago, dude, I'm delivering pizzas. I'm making $50, $100 a day. Now, I mean, at any day, I can make 5 figures.
Right.
So. It's been awesome, to kind of go through those accomplishments, see a 5-digit check. I mean, stuff like that's just amazing. And, I mean, that's just why I'm so fucking confident right now.
Yeah.
Feeling excited. Just a lot to learn because even while having some good success, it's nothing to the whole plan, man. You got to do way more work, so it's exciting.
Yeah. I know Warren, I think it was Warren Buffett, who said that the most millionaires are going to be made through new energy. That was a couple of years ago. I think now with AI, it's fucking every day someone's becoming a fucking millionaire. It's crazy.
Oh, it's insane, man. When we get off of this, I'll actually talk to you about some stocks that my buddy was telling me to get into.
Oh yeah, did you pull out a GameStop?
Oh yeah. So yes, I did well though. I left when it was like up 40% over. I think 50% over like 24 hours.
Now,
Which listen, guys, I'm not Joey Stocks. I'm Joey Solar and a little bit of Joey Football. I can give you some advice on that, but not your guy for stocks. If you guys want to talk about stocks, call up my man Chris Brown. He'll give you some good info. He's been putting me in some good spots already.
Yeah. Because I remember you came in and you're like, yeah, fucking, I got banged for $4,000 from a fucking shitty contract I got, and you were like, you could have made that $4,000 back with GameStop, and then the next day,
took a nice little hit.
The Roaring Kitty, he lost $200 million fucking dollars, dude. I'm just feeling like that guy.
Hey, what do they say in the Old West, dude? Rather you than me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it was him and not me. I got out quick. I'm not Mr. Roaring Kitty.
That shit was fucking insane. And he was just sitting there talking about because the first time he did it because it was going against options. So like all these billionaires put options in on like GameStop to go, I guess, be like under $10 or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of have a sense of that. Like I said, I'm still pretty new to the area.
And then when that whole thing was going on, it was the same thing with AMC. So everybody was seeing these billionaires put these fucking huge $1 billion bets that these companies were going to go out of business due to COVID and all. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And he fucking, I guess, just like rallied up the troops and fucking sold a bunch of people on investing in it. And he made. He turned $50,000 into what? It was $300 million.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty damn hard for him to even lose money at this point.
I mean,
but yeah, we talk about I mean, he saw the $200 million. He saw that go down. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the only difficult thing, and that's kind of like I've been learning over the last couple of years. Some stocks are just, it's gambling, dude. It's fucking too volatile. At the end of the day, you can go out 50% of your money. Yeah, you can go up 50%, but I also could have put 5 birds on the Mavericks the other fucking day.
Right.
And I lost that money and I can't get it back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely not happy. $200 million goes out the window. I mean, I'd be throwing up all over this place. I want to be here right now.
He was literally talking about, he was like, yeah, just the what the fuck was it? The way they're running their business. And I was like, bro, that's what you went on this huge bet on, was just like how they ran their business. Like those motherfuckers, those billionaires that have the control to like, oh, I'm going to put $600 billion fucking bet. Like, it's insane. Like BlackRock and all them. Those guys are the guys putting in those bets. Because they control the S&P 500 like 80%, which is like not just BlackRock, but it's like 3 large banks that are in charge of most of the S&P 500, like I guess the investing wise, and they can just do whatever they want. Yeah. And like what we invest, like, so if I put fucking $500 into it, they actually don't even. I don't know what it is, but I think if you purchase it on like a third party app, you don't actually buy the stock. It's like, I forget how it is. It's like a fucking. It's like a fog.
Yeah, no, that's like the same thing for me right now. I'm just learning. It's kind of a gray area. Like I said, I go through one of my really close friends. He works over at Edward Jones. I do a lot. I have a pretty dang nice profile over there already just from him. And what he does, which is pretty dang cool, is he actually will go based off of not, oh, this company's ran by a cool guy. That's bullshit. He's gonna go off the last 25 years of data. What is the American history of this stock? Where does this went? So. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to leave my money in my bank account, let it depreciate. I'm going to get it out with people who know what they're talking about, people who don't just go based off of feelings and emotions. They go off of real data, history. So it's been pretty cool. I'm trying to learn as much from him. But if you're watching this, I'll tell you about solar, but don't fucking listen to me when it comes to stocks. Please don't do it.
Yeah, that shit's fucking insane because you never know anything. Some crazy shit. How everything's working right now. Something could go on the news and then fucking.
CEO can get caught cheating on his wife tomorrow and they plummet 50%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You never know, man. I mean.
Yeah, with like a lot of companies, just
Dodgers had to sell a baseball team during the messy breakup. You know what I mean? About stocks, I mean.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Shit happens every day.
Yeah, 100%. And you never know.
But yeah, no, I mean that's one of the things I've been trying to do. Is just 23 years old, man. Just trying to learn to do my money. I get some good advice off of you. Get some good advice off some other close friends. And the one thing about solar, which has taught me so much, is just from out of work. I mean, I got a lot of people telling me how to get into obviously LLCs, real estate, investing my money the right way. So that's been one of the biggest fucking blessings of it all, man. I'm around people who've they're 10 years ahead of me, 15 years ahead of me. Yeah. And what I've learned to do since I got into this is if you wipe your ass a certain way and you're ahead of me, well, guess what? I'm doing the same thing. Right. People complicate this shit way too much, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like the fact about just like, I forget who said it. I think it was the one boxer. He was like the biggest lie that they ever tell you is it's not that simple.
Yeah.
And it's like it is that simple, just going at it and doing it. Like if you woke up every day to go sell something, you're gonna eventually sell a fucking anything. And it comes to solar, fucking cleaning windows. Like there's some guys that make like a fucking $100,000 a fucking summer cleaning windows, and that's insane. Like that's insane to me.
I know motherfuckers who knock on doors for a living and they're touching $250,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want it, you can get it. And that's one of the things I've even learned about myself. Like, you know me, man. I'm a pretty colorful person at the end of the day, dude. I like to curse. I like to kick it back. But at the end of the day, I lock the fuck in. And what I've seen from just me putting in that extra work, it's given me light years ahead of people who are just sitting there. You know, they might be a little bit more, oh, he looks like a salesman. He's perfect. He doesn't have tattoos. He's $160. Right. You know what I mean? All that stuff. But what I've been able to do is just work, learn, be a sponge. And that's what got me light years ahead of where I was at. Just in high school, it was all about, being the man. Once I turned 19, 20, got humbled by life a couple of times, I shut the fuck up and start listening. Yeah. And, that's one of the biggest things that's honestly changed my life in and out of my career.
What are some of the things that have, like, impacted you on that journey, I guess, like, that have made you say, like, I gotta shut the fuck up. Like, I gotta...
So, I mean... I was pretty smooth sailing for the first 18 years of my life, honestly, dude. Football, everything pretty much came easy. Big time with the football. We landed a scholarship Division II. I felt like the man. You know what I mean? Everything was good. You got the prettiest girls. You're the man. Everybody loves you. Yeah. But what comes with that is a bunch of bullshit. And the thing that I got caught up in was just kind of let the outside noise between, like, people, relationships, stuff like that kind of get in my head a little bit too much. Right. Start focusing on the wrong stuff. So between coming back after COVID from football... and just other experiences and stuff, bro, that just, you get your ass kicked and you realize, like, yo, dude, you might not be the man you think you are, but the good thing about, me, I like being at the top. Right. I want to be the fucking man, dude, and I like the responsibility of being the man, so kind of just had to suck it up, reevaluate my relationships, be around the right people, make sure I'm being the right person, make sure I'm not doing something to somebody that I wouldn't like back, as well as putting the fucking work in. Right. I realized that, like, I talk about going to college. I think I half-assed it and got there. Right. So, I look back and, I could look at it like a regret, but I take that shit as in, look, you half-assed and look how far you did, motherfucker. Right. You turn it up a little bit. You keep it going. You can move mountains. So I got a crazy self-belief about myself and all those experiences, between just family, friends, relationships, sports, snowball effect, and it turned me into a motherfucker, man. Pressure makes diamonds.
What college did you go to?
American International. It's in Massachusetts. We play teams.
Oh shit! You went there?
Yeah. So we play teams like Pace University, Assumption. It was cool. It was a really cool experience. It was a short-lived experience because COVID happened. I came back and obviously got into sales. But yeah, I met a lot of good people out there, a lot of good friends. My buddies in Massachusetts. I got a lot of buddies from Connecticut and North Jersey that, I mean, I don't got to talk to them. I talk to them maybe once a year, 6 months, but they're the same dudes that are hitting me up. Yo, congrats on that. I'm hitting up on that. Congrats on graduating. So a lot of love out there, man. I love those guys.
You sold a deal this morning, right? What size was that?
Yeah, actually sold a 4.4 kilowatt with a roof today. Nice little system, saving on some money. They had the biggest reason for going solar was there was actually a leak in the back of their roof. The solar was a plus because it's saving money, but they got the roof without putting $1 down.
All right.
You know what I mean? Instead of paying a monthly electric bill, they're going to have a bill that's cheaper than their bill, and it's going to cover all their energy, and it's also going to give them a brand new roof. So, yeah. And that's what I talk about this job. I mean, you get to help people out because not everybody has $5,000 to $15,000 to buy a roof right now. Right. And when you have a roof leak, I mean, yeah, it's going to be expensive to repair the roof, but wait till it gets down to your kitchen. Wait till it gets to your bathroom, and now you have mold, and you got to replace that. So, I mean, I love this job because, like I said, at the end of the day, dude, I get to really help people. So, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. What's your average day look like?
Average day is, so I always, typically we're going to have a Zoom meeting at 9 a.m. Just get the brain juices going. I love them. They get me fired up, start my day right. Besides that, I'm typically up probably like between 7, 8 a.m. every day. If I don't have a meeting or early appointment, I'm in the gym you see me in here some days at 7 a.m. I'll get up and I'll come here. But anything before 12 o'clock, it's usually a couple appointments, couple meetings, lifting. It's pretty sporadic because some days I'll get my lift at 7 o'clock at night. Sometimes I'll be getting here at 9 a.m. What I try to do is just maximize the 24 hours. It's one day at a time. It's like, all right, what can I get done? What can I accomplish? So usually get my appointments around like 5, 6 o'clock at night, and then I'll just rally it off. Like, all right, I got a meeting at this time. I can lift in this time. I can eat this time. I mean, do you know how it is? Once you like really plan your schedule out, and if you stick to it, you can get a million things done in a day, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, what time is it? It's about 5 o'clock. I've already sold a deal, got my lift in, got my run in. I'm here doing a podcast.
Right.
And it's 5 o'clock.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that doesn't mean that doesn't even talk about the phone calls, the text messages, checking out the office. So, I mean, I love it. I like being active. You can see me right here. I look like I'm nervous. I'm just twitching.
What's your favorite, what's like your worst deal experience that you had? Because I know like sometimes they just like yank them away from you, like some fucking deals.
Yeah. Worst deal experience. Worst deal experience. I had I'll tell you one. So, it was a Saturday morning, 3 hours away. And my company's not going to send me out 3 hours away unless, it's a confirmed. They're ready to go. They want to look at this as a serious appointment. They typically are going to put you in a pretty damn good spot. So, nobody wants to make you drive 3 hours for bullshit. Right. It's a commission-only job. So, I go out there, 3 hours, and everything went smooth. She signed the documents, signed up. I believe the commission was probably like $6 or $7 grand. Week later, his daughter calls me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like the lady was not ridiculous. She was probably like 45, 50 years old. A week later, her daughter, who was not there, gives me a call. We don't want to do this, yada, yada. She thought I was a different company that they spoke to.
Right.
So she was happy with what we did. But she wasn't happy with the other company shoulder. She got things twisted. So, saved the deal. A week later comes back, and I honestly forget the exact reason. But they text me. They said, we're not doing this. I gave them a call back. Block number. Can't get a hold of them.
Damn.
I'm not the type of guy who I'm just going to keep blowing your phone up at the end of the day. You tell me no, you tell me no. But, yeah, that was sucked. Because, at the end of the day, you go 3 hours there. You get 3 hours back. 6 hours of driving in one day. And, you think you made $7 grand, it gets ripped out of your hand. So, just like there's so many blessings where I can get a phone call in the next 5 minutes and make $10,000. Right. I can also get a phone call in the next 5 minutes like, we're not doing this anymore, and we're going to rip that money away. Yeah. So it's fucked up, man. But that's why you got to just...
Your installs are quicker, right, like than a lot of other companies?
Yeah, we're pretty damn quick just because we've been doing it for so long. So when it comes to permitting applications, like I say, it usually takes 2-3 months. But the turnaround rate, sometimes we're a lot quicker than that. Right. And that's just because we've done this so much that I guess I don't deal with the permitting applications aspect of it, but I typically think people just see our name, see somebody's going solar, they know it's like, yep, green light.
All right, cool, yeah. Like, good to go.
Yeah, we can do everything in-house.
Because sometimes it takes like fucking 6 months. Like, with the company I work with, it took like 6 months, and I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Because, like, some things we get kicked back from the state. So it's just fucking, and then you got to resell the deal, and then it's just like, have you ever had anybody kick back on it, like where the deal was like, I don't know, they had it like they kicked back on it, they're like, oh, now you need to sell them this system.
Oh yeah, I've had a bunch of times where someone, everything looks perfect, they're saving money, and then the next day, I actually go back out and sell them a $20,000 roof.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because the roof wasn't good. Yeah.
Because the roof wasn't good, and I mean, listen, I'm a solar guy. I'm pretty decent with roofs. If there's noticeable damage, I can see it. But sometimes, I mean, it could be in the hole. There's a small leak in the top, and I don't see it. But all the plywood, everything is destroyed. It's wet. It's moldy. So
yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, and that's why it's just tough. But I mean, it's also one of my responsibilities. Check the meters, check the breaker boxes, all the electrical in the house, check the roof, and usually you can avoid it. But I mean, just like any job, man, sometimes there's human error, and you just miss it.
Right. Yeah. What's your plans for the future though? Like after you're done, like I'm not done with solar, but like moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's anybody in my life knows that I'm chasing fucking mountains. I mean, one of the people I think is pretty damn cool is TV character Ari Gold on the Entourage.
Yeah.
His goal was to own a part of an NFL team.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's my end goal, dude. I want to get some I don't care if it's 0.05%. I want to have a part in the Eagles. That's my dream goal. Right. How I'm going to get there, man, I mean, it's taking as much as this job I'm giving now. Obviously I want to make as much so I can start, obviously, buying properties, getting to my investments, creating my portfolio, doing a lot of other things. I think life is there's a lot of like stepping stones. You just got to keep trying to level up, keep being around people that are ahead of you. And that's one plus about my company. I mean, they don't want me to be here for 10 years. They want me to make $400,000 or $500,000, get out, move, get rich.
Right.
And that's like why it's so easy to work for them, because they do have my back when it comes to things like that, and they tell me like, hey, do this, you'll be able to level up this way. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the goal is to just do everything I can do to change my last name, make it worth way more than I found it. I mean, I heard, forget one guy on his podcast, I forget exactly who it was, and I don't want to just throw names around, but he said, your stock is the greatest investment you have.
Right.
You can't sell it. So you got to hold that motherfucker wisely. So that's what I do, man. I'm just trying to be a better me, be a better person, and I'm a big God. I believe in God. I believe in God. So I believe I just do the right things, put the right work in. It's going to come back tenfold. And so far, I mean, me and you look at each other for the last 2-3 years. Right. The shit that came in. And then you look at some people that, not even that we're friends with, just people that we know growing up. And it's like they do total opposite and they're in a total different fucking spot. So I think especially at this age, I mean, 23, correct?
Yeah.
We're both 23-year-olds, and we know that there's a certain amount of work that you got to put in. You can't fuck around. You can't take a day's off. Like, I don't have $1 million yet.
Right.
I don't have a private jet yet. I don't got that shit. So what the fuck am I here out drinking 4 or 5 times a month? You know what I mean? So I just stay away from all the bullshit, man. Just get to work. And that makes me happy. People are like, oh, don't work. You're 23. Fuck that. Shit makes me happy when I can get my mom, a new purse, when I can hook my brother up or he can hook me up. Like, that's, you know what I mean? So that's what I think it's all about. It's not all about money. It's just about what that shit can do.
Right. What's the dumbest thing you bought with your money?
Dumbest thing I've bought with my money.
Or spent, like, a lot.
I mean, you know me, man. I've went to war with live casino a couple of times. Good thing is we shook that. I haven't really gambled much lately. Worst thing I'll tell you. Worst thing I ever spent my money on. Senior year prom. I had $1,200 to my name, senior year, and I bought a $1,000 chain, just so I could look cool at prom.
Yeah.
So I sold it 2 weeks later.
Did you get your money back or?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I got a price at a good point because I think I lost like $200 selling it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not the worst.
Did you sell it like a pawn shop or something?
Yeah, I went to a pawn shop.
You went to a pawn shop?
I fucking pawned the thing. Yeah, I had no money. I was like 17. I had no money.
Yeah. Mine was, I think after it was graduation, I got like, I think it was like $1,500.
Yeah.
You know, like graduation.
Yeah, and that's why I re-upped on the graduation.
Yeah, that's my graduation party. I made like $1,500, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy $1,500 worth of weed and try and sell it.
I'm gonna try to sell it. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. It sounds crazy back then, but at the end of the day, man, we were already salesmen. Motherfuckers were already getting to it.
And then you just end up fucking it up. So I was like, whatever.
You end up down $15,000.
Yeah, they end up with you're down like $1,500. You're like, fuck it, whatever. But that's whatever,
Well, I mean, dude, that's one of the things, and like me and you've seen probably the best and the worst of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just through nights out, and it's cool to see that growth because, like, at the end of the day, dude, like, we've all had fun. We've all done wild shit with our friends, dumb stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's up to you if you want to turn
Yeah.
that switch. And it's like,
19,
I don't like wait.
20, 21, I think is like the party years. And it's like, if you're still working, like, I feel like you got to get out of your system because, like, imagine not getting out of your system and then you get to where you're at. I mean, that's not for everybody, but you see a lot of people like, all right, I hustled. I'm 28 years old. Now I'm gonna start going out, and then they get addicted to blow, and then they get then they get addicted to prostitute, like stuff like that. It's just like,
well, that's one of the biggest things my dad told me. Like, I mean, listen, my dad's not coming out and saying do drugs, do this, but in high school he always gave me a little bit of a leash, and he always told me that because I've seen so many kids where they didn't have fun, they didn't go out to little parties in high school, college, they didn't live a little bit,
right.
And then like you said, dude, like out of nowhere, you're in college, you're exposed to drugs, you're exposed to chicks, you're exposed to that shit, and I mean, I've seen people just fly off the fucking wall.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
So, yeah, I'm not telling anybody go out, do drugs. I'm not saying that. But, dude, having a few drinks with your friends, dude, celebrating achievements. Everybody wants to do the negative shit, dude, and just drink to get fucked up. Dude, celebrate your accomplishments here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do it the right way, though. You can do it much sharper. You can do it in better clothes. You can get dinner. You don't got to fucking get 30 beers in your stomach by 1 p.m. So that's kind of the way things have changed around here. You know
that's my problem. Is like when I drink, I drink.
Turn on.
Because it's like, that's what I feel like a lot of people don't understand is like, it's so easy. Like there's two different types of alcoholics. I feel like it's like someone that drinks every day and like hides it and like they got the shakes if they're not fucking drinking. And then there's alcoholics where it's like, all right, every time I drink, I fucking black out and wake up in a fucking field.
I would wake up the next day feeling like shit. Well, and that's, bro, I think you I don't know about you, you probably agree too, but I mean, through 19, 20 years old, I feel like every Saturday or every Sunday I wake up like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even remember what I did last night. I feel like shit. And that's where, like, that's what drove me into, I think, all the success. I realized, like, dude, I'm not meant for this shit, dude. I gotta go big. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's the most annoying part is, like, sitting at a bar, and then you just, like, look around, and you're like, nobody here gives a fuck about me. Nobody fucking cares. Like, they're all gonna be sitting here fucking 10 years from now, doing the same shit, going to work, which is, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you're going to work, fucking drink every weekend, and you get your shit done, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to achieve goals like becoming like fucking jet, like fucking everything like that, you can't do it. And some people can if you're born into money. We're both not born into fucking
that's an understatement. But I mean, dude, the way I look at it is there's also people who went to the NFL and they didn't, it's 1%, but they didn't have to put as much work in as the other guy.
Right.
At the end of the day, me and you weren't built into billion-dollar families where we know how to do all the meticulous stuff, like be smart when it comes to taxes, investment, stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, listen, my family gave me everything I could have asked for. I mean, they tried. They're awesome. Don't let me say that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, there's other kids who they were around different people at a younger age. They were already a few steps ahead. We knew we're behind. I'm not going to fuck around and I got to get a leg up on this motherfucker, so how am I going to do that? If he's going 5 days, I got to go 6, 7 days. You know what I mean?
That's kind of why I hate watching. Like, I don't watch sports. Like, you guys watch sport. Like, that shit makes me angry. Like, when I watch it. Because I'm like, dude, this kid's the same age as me. Yeah. And he's fucking over here making millions of dollars. Yeah. Which, like, it doesn't mean it's going to last. But it's like, he's over here making millions of dollars playing a fucking game. Same with, like, not even podcasters, but like fucking the online streamer kids, like they're like 17, dude. Like
it's fucking
just
insane.
Screaming in the microphone, making $1 million. Even $1 million every fucking like 3 years. If you're making a living off of doing something that's like a game, that's fucking insane.
It's insane. No, honestly, it is fucking insane. And like respect to anybody, however you get it. And then besides morally unethical shit, I'm not for that. I'm not a really big guy with that, but. Like, dude, if you're going to get it and you're having fun, you're doing what you love, I love that. But just do the right shit with it, I think. You know what I mean? Some people, like, to the NBA players or the NFL, like, professional sports, it's like, I just hate when I see motherfuckers have it all and they're still bitching. Like, come on, man, be grateful. I mean, I walk into people's houses, they're $5 million houses, 3 kids, beautiful wife, everything that you could ask for. And, like, I'm talking to this guy. Like, it's like, dude, where the fuck is the energy, bro? You have to be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back to, like, just changing your mindset, that's why I kind of wanted to do one with you. Like, I know you were kind of like, oh, well, I don't know, you were open to doing it. You were just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, what are we going to talk about? I was like, just changing mindset, like, one of the biggest perspectives is putting your own, I don't know, kind of just not blaming others for, like, what's gone wrong with your life or anything like that, like, or what you fucked up on, and being like, hey, this is what I did wrong, this is how I can change. And that's, like, one of the biggest things I've seen with you, because a lot of people have come in, especially, like, friends have come into the gym, worked out for a month, you know, and just been like, oh, you know, I got my results, or I didn't see where I wanted, and then just left, you know, where you were consistently coming back, and, you know, you're in phenomenal shape now, and just, you know, changing the mindset as a guy, you know. I'm not saying women can't do it too, but
hey, we got the gym, dude. There's chicks in here, there's men in here that always get after it, but not 100%, dude. I just try to avoid having a victim mindset. So many people blame, oh, mommy and daddy didn't have this money growing up. Oh, well, COVID happened. Oh, well, he just didn't like. Who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, dude, I know that time goes on without me. So if I want to get to where I'm going, dude, I just gotta suck it up and go. I mean, people avoid it, dude. We're men. Suck it the fuck up. I get it, dude. There's some mental stuff, I get it, but for the most part, dude, suck it the fuck up and go. You got one of the biggest things I learned, dude, is actions over emotions. Yeah. Doesn't matter how you feel. You know you got to do today. You got duties, get them done. Yeah. Like, you know, I want to come here sometimes at 8 a.m., work out for an hour and a half. Yeah. But at the end of the day, myself next week or myself later that day, he's going to be so fucking happy I did. So you also got to look out for the future self, you know? Yeah,
that's the number one thing is once you get into, like, once you do the actual first year of getting into it with, I guess, working out, after you get like the feeling of, okay, this is what I feel like fully healthy, or like, you know, improving my life, getting 1% better every day, and this is what I feel like when I'm not doing that. Like what you said, like your future self will be very fucking grateful. You know, it's the same thing with drinking. Like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna feel really good right now, but tomorrow morning I'm gonna feel like a fucking scumbag piece of shit. You know, it's inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the harder decision is usually the best decision for you. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to come and think about lifting 5 days a week, you know what I mean, for 365 days through a year, and then do it again next year. But the biggest thing is you get them longevity results. I mean, for the first 3 months, I didn't see much results. I was walking around with a little beer gut, no abs. Now it's like every other week I'm seeing, oh, there's a vein here, there's a muscle here, there's a new ab growing in. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see the obliques. Like, so that shit is amazing.
It's a lifestyle change. And that's what a lot of people don't want to fucking, you know, commit to. Is like, there's the hope that you're gonna, you know, become fucking super jacked or shredded, and not even just that, like, be successful, like, make millions of dollars, but are you willing to put in the time to do that? Like, same thing with like you know, I'm starting to get a little bit more into God, going to church every Sunday.
Yep.
And a lot of people pray and they just expect it to like magically appear. You know, if you're gonna, if it's the same thing with building an employee. If I was gonna have an employee that I wanted to be patient, you know, I want to give them $100,000 as soon as I walked in the door. I'd be like, here, you know, here's 1,000, here's 10,000. You know, slowly build them up. So when you pray for patience, or you want patience, you know, not even religious aspect, but when I pray for patience, and I don't get upset when God gives me a challenge, you know, that is gonna make me more patient. Like learning how to wait for something, or learning how to, you know, deal with certain scenarios. Being strong, like, you know, being strong, you can't complain. You're not gonna be able to walk in. You're not gonna be able to walk in a gym and bench 225 right away. You know, you gotta build up to it. It might take you a year. It might take you 2 years. You might never get there. Yeah. You know, well, you might be doing something wrong, but
you might also be doing something wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else fails the fucking record.
But you have to learn. You know, you have to adapt and change.
Yeah, and no, dude, hit on the head too with the God. I mean, a lot of people our age. I mean, you see all this bullshit they put out between. I mean, I stopped listening to a certain kind of music. I unfollowed all that bullshit celebrities. All the weird shit. Everybody just lost contact with God. It's like, I remember, like, kind of growing up through high school and shit. It's like kids thought it was cool to be atheists and shit. Yeah. It's like, what, you don't have faith? Yeah. You don't have faith in anything? Like, I don't give a fuck what religion you are. Do I believe it all comes pretty much consensus and it all wraps into one? At the end of the day, dude, I mean, if you don't believe in a God or a higher power, then what do you have faith on? Because I know some days, bro, I didn't have a dollar in my pocket. I was at a fucking motel and I didn't know what the fuck to do. But if you have faith in God and also have some self-belief, dude, you're invincible. Right. I don't think you can fucking be beat.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And it helps you put, like, your perspective of just overall living in a better mindset. Like, if you're just like, all right, what am I being taught here? What am I learning in this situation? All right, like, I don't have, like, I remember sometimes, like, my card would, like, I was, like, praying my card, you know, got accepted, where I didn't want to get declined. Yeah. You know how fucking embarrassing that is to be at Wawa and, like, swipe your card and then,
like, chicks, you know, behind you.
yeah.
Can't buy a $5 fucking drink.
Oh, fucking wrong card. Let me just go call the bank real quick.
Yeah, you say it out loud so people hear behind you don't think you're a total schmuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. And, bro, I mean, those are the days you're trying to avoid, you know what I mean? And that's why, like, fucking going 365 days, balls to the wall, hard as fuck. Like, dude, I don't remember what I was doing a year ago today. You know what I mean? Like, time flies. You live in this gym. I mean, it's almost
2 years next month.
It literally feels like we were babies when we started this. I mean, I was 240 pounds, fat fuck. You know what I mean? You got the dyed hair and the abs now. It's like, you know, we had tattoos, but we're also adding money and confidence. But and you know what I mean? That's where I think it's pretty damn cool to kind of also, as much as we think 10 years ahead, 25 years ahead, really been trying to focus on just being where my feet are at. You know what I mean? Really be grateful. And it's cool, man, because when we look back, we're going to remember, like, hey, remember when, like, I thought it was the craziest thing in the world to open a gym?
Right.
And we're going to be sitting on fucking private yachts. So
right.
I can't wait to look back into it. So that's why I try to enjoy this, enjoy the struggle, enjoy getting beat up. Like, tomorrow I might get a call and say, hey, asshole, shit out of luck, I'm not going solo with you.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. There's always another day, bro. You just got to keep going with that mindset.
I'm not even trying to, like, you know, I'm not trying to act like I'm fucking rich, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, in a better spot. Like, there's fucking 18-year-olds that have a way better, like, they'll own a trucking company and they're making $1 million a month, you know, fucking killing it. I'm just grateful for where I'm at. And, like, going back to the God part, like, I'm just grateful for, like, what the opportunities and everything that has been put in front of me. Just trying to change. And that's another thing, like, I feel like every time I go out or, like, go out and drink or do something that I'm not supposed to be doing, I just feel like I'm disrespecting, you know, God and even just my parents. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, honor thy parents. Like, I literally, like, all right, if my mom was here, would she be like, oh, yeah, that's great, Nick. Go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Would she think that's fucking cool? No, dude.
You know?
And, I mean, literally it's crazy with just a little bit of thinking how much it can help you out.
Yeah.
Most people, if you put them in that predicament, like, yo, would you be, you know, chugging this bottle in front of the whole bar, you know, throwing around curse words and shit? Would you do that if your mom was here, your dad was here, God was here?
Right.
But people don't want to fucking think about it, you know? They just want to live in the moment and go with temptation.
Most of the time, like, some people, like, you know, they'll have parents or something, or, like, they don't give a fuck, you know, which, again, everybody has to learn in due time.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah, and some people make a living off of fucking chugging alcohol. Like, Steve will do it, made a fucking multi-billion-dollar company.
Props to him, I wish.
You know,
we've all tried to be that guy.
Yeah, but that's like a
happen.
0.00001. Like, that's a one-off thing. Like, it's not gonna happen for everybody. And one of the people you met, fucking, I don't want to say his name, but I'll bleep it out. Gavin, fucking, he's just like, I always try to be nice to people and, like, give people the benefit of the doubt, but, like, there's only so many times that you can be, like, fucked up and, like, now you're putting stress on me, my friends, my environment, where I'm just like, all right, dude, that's it. You know, like, no more handouts. And one of the things that he said that, like, sticks in my head was that he's like, well, he was having a conversation and it was at a bar. He was like, man, fucking being a rock star would be awesome, but I'm living like one, so that's basically the same thing. I'm like, dude, you have not enough money to buy fucking beer to even, like, have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might be living like a rock star, but you're just, like, being a fucking degenerate. They're living like a rock star because they fucking made it. You know, like, the people are giving them money. You know,
there's a very big difference between living like a rock star for 5 hours a day and waking up every day and actually being that motherfucker. So, I mean, that's the biggest issue with motherfuckers. Dude. They just get drunk, they do a bunch of pills, and they think, oh, I'm the man because I am high as a fucking kite. Yeah. I'm living a different reality. Yeah. And, dude, once I handle my shit, cut the weight off, you know, cut the drinking out, stop doing the vape and all that bullshit, dude. I mean, I'd stop wanting to get drunk. I was so happy with my life. I love waking up being me every fucking day. Yeah. So it's like, dude, why would I go be somebody else when I'm blasted, acting like a jerk off, running around a bar, you know?
And you kind of have to go through. You have to go through that shit to, like, understand. You know, like, if you were never hungry before, you know, if you were never starved, like, going back to wrestling, like, I was literally hungry. Like, you can understand the perspective, like, oh. I want to fucking eat. I want to fucking eat food. You know, like
now you know what it's like to be hungry. Yeah.
I've been fucked up. You know, I don't want to be in that spot anymore. Like, some people don't have to go through it, but for, like,
well, I think too. Like, a lot of people already just don't think about, like, I know where I'm going. I've already had some early success, not even close to where I want to be, but, like, I know some people and I've got to learn a bunch of things. So when you get motherfuckers, dude, like, next to me, and I'm like, dude, you're a scumbag. Like, 10 years from now, when I have my other plans, like, dude, I know some of my other friends, like, oh, they're coming right with me. I'm coming right with them. Yeah. I'm not going to have the same trust for that guy. So people forget, like, the people next to him, the people that see him seeing you act like an asshole and make a fool of yourself, like, I'm wiping you the fuck off. I'm never going to have plans with you. We're not doing shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really just, it's a perspective thing, and just trying to change your mindset. And that's why I think the gym is, like, such a, a unique thing because everyone who's coming to the gym, they're trying to change themselves, and that's like it's so beneficial to be in an environment. That's like a lot of people are like, hey, I can go to this gym and it's less money, or I can go to this place and they have different equipment. And it's just like you're not going to come into the atmosphere that you're going to come into here. Like it's just different. Everybody here wants to help each other.
I mean, think about Big J. He was going back and forth, this gym, this price, that comes over here, he loves it. He's sending me pictures every day. My man loves it and he's killing it. And that's what I'm saying, like, I want to be in here because there's motherfuckers ahead of me. There's bigger motherfuckers. There's motherfuckers that are better at being here.
Yeah.
I need to be around that. I mean, dude, like, it's a direct result, not trying to sound corny, but with testosterone.
Right.
Like, everybody talks about energy. It's the same shit, dude. Energy's flowing here. The rock music's going on, dude. Motherfuckers are getting veiny. Like, when I see somebody bigger than me, I'm like, fuck this. I'm like right back tomorrow morning. I'm doing the same shit because I'm not going to be smaller than that motherfucker. So, like, that's why I love the energy in here, dude. You just
especially some of the younger kids, too. It's like, fuck, this kid's like fucking 17, and he's shredded. It's like, damn. Like,
these kids nowadays are playing with different weights and different things, man. They're fucking savage.
Yeah, because the culture is different. Like, it's crazy because, like, when we were in high school, like, I would be like, yo, I'm going to go to the gym, and everybody would be like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm lazy. I'm a fat fuck.
No, not even that. It was just like, they were like, the gym, why the fuck are you going?
It's like cool to go now.
Yeah, now it's like cool to go.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm a gym guy.
Which is awesome.
Well, that's another reason why I like coming here, because there isn't like, listen, TikTok's awesome, but like, I'm talking about them Instagram lifters, like the bullshit ones. I know there's legit dudes. Those dudes are sweet. And I love them. I follow them. But there's some people who's coming to the gym just like some fucking tools. And when I come here, there's none of that. I mean, I'll leave the gym name out, or you can bleep it out. Like, fucking, you gotta be like an e-sport and shit, dude. So many people pissing me off, man. There's a lot of dudes over here, I'm taking gear. It's like, dude, you got no muscles. The fuck you mean taking gear? You're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're allowed to say whatever you want. I'm not allowed to say it. You can talk shit all you want. I'm just not allowed to.
That's right. They're not my competitor. I'll just stay off the Solar Danes and other companies.
Yeah. I can say whatever I want, I can say whatever I want about solar,
Yeah, hey, you can. You can. I think I've been doing pretty good watching the line.
Yeah.
Stepping too far.
Yeah. That's just the craziest thing is just putting the atmosphere. And that's like another thing, like going to church, like, dude, like everyone there, they're not like, no, you can't deny it. You can't fucking deny it at all. Obviously there is an anomaly. There's some churches that aren't in the same whatever, mindset.
Weird cults everywhere.
Yeah, there's weird shit everywhere you go. But like when you go to majority of the time when you go to a church, everyone there is like nice. They're like, how can I help you? Like it's unconditional love, and that's why I feel like at this gym it's like unconditional like respect. And I'll say unconditional love too. Like everyone comes in here, if they have a question, I'm gonna be like, hey, here, I'm happy to help you. Let's go. I'm not saying other gyms don't do that. There is a lot of gyms that do that, but here it's a little bit more of like a family feeling, and I guess like a friend feeling.
That's my favorite fucking thing, because like there's not, I mean, listen, like, most of the dudes in here, we just shut up, get after it. But there's been so many times where either somebody corrected my form and like was genuine about it, not jerk off. No, dude, hey, listen, if you want to do it like this, do it like this. And dude, I mean, that's why you want to be surrounded around savages.
Right.
I mean, this place is the fucking production of, obviously, I think it changed my body, my life, because it helped me obviously monetize more money, but things are good.
Yeah, I think it definitely starts in the gym, and just a lot of problems start in the gym.
People always say, dude, like, I'll tell you right now, like, once I'm in the position to, obviously, like, I'm the owner of my companies or this, like, I'm not hiring a fat fuck. You don't even care about yourself.
Right.
Why the hell am I going to trust you to care about my business? Like, that,
yeah.
To me, that's crazy, bro. I mean, like, it's like an oxymoron. It's like a small will. That makes no fucking sense, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some people, they just don't give a shit about themselves. I mean, dude, I did it for a year and a half. You know what I mean? I felt victimized, little bitch, and then I was like, all right, motherfucker, like, you look like shit. You're not the guy you think you are. Let's fucking change shit.
Same thing with sports. Like, most sports, it's like, what am I doing? That's why I like wrestling, too. It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Because nobody else, you can't blame it on anybody else. You can't, like, if you fuck up, it's on you. Same thing with business. Same thing with sales.
Well, that's why, I mean, dude, I'll tell you at some point, I keep pushing up. I got to get in there because something about combat sport, like, it's one-on-one, motherfucker. Like, there's no hiding. There's no daddy ball. That's why wrestling, like, growing up, my mom actually was the biggest fan of it because she was like, I love it. You can't daddy ball this. If you get beat, you get fucking beat.
Right.
And that's why those sports teach so much. And, I mean, I always take it back to football. So many times it taught me so much stuff. Like, I remember being on the top of the world, and then you go to college, and it's like, motherfucker, you're a red shirt. And, like, it's like, whoa, I'm not the man no more. So, like, you're going to get knocked off the mountain probably all the time. You just gotta learn how to get the fuck back up. But once you've been there, you know how to get back up.
Yeah, especially with sales. Like when I first started doing door knocking, that shit was so funny. Like knocking on doors, like and you just fucking sucked. Like
Oh, bro, you look at you and then you see a guy like fucking Andy Elliott, and he's just making it look so easy. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I got no shot. But it's also the same thing as Nate Year comparing himself to fucking Adrian Peterson, dude. Like, you'll get there, bro. Just put the work in. Keep watching the tape. It'll come.
Yeah, that's why I think door knocking is really fucking a good thing for sales and just for overall life experience. Like, cause that's one of the most awkward situations.
So weird.
It's like you're like, hey, like, all right, what are you doing at my fucking house? This is where I sleep. This is where my kids go.
So fucking weird. And that's also dude. Like, I didn't just jump right into sales. I obviously went through canvassing, door knocking at an old company, and that's what put me into sales. And I tell like the other people I talk to at work, like one of my greatest, I guess, benefits of doing door knocking is it made sales so much fucking easier. Because door knocking is tough, dude. You're not expecting me to come here. I'm popping up at the door, and I gotta think quick. So like, it just teaches you a lot of like different. You get some new tangible stuff to like, how to think, how to be quick, how to be on your feet, but also not sound like a jerk off. You know what I mean? You don't want to just, I'm here. You know what I mean? Smooth, but also, it just teaches you a lot, especially when you're getting told to go fuck yourself 5 houses in a row, and it's like, shit, it's 12 o'clock, I got 5 more hours of this. I gotta make some money. Yeah, I'm not
the fucking man. Everybody's slamming the door, and it's crazy because some days you'll knock on 3 doors, and they'll be like, yeah, and set up appointments.
Oh, yeah, you'll get 8 appointments, and then everything's great, and then the next day, you got some dude who's opening the door with a gun. He's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Yeah, get the fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, if you could, hey, listen, man, that's why I'm telling you, there's been people who came out like that. And I get them. I do my thing, and it teaches you. It's like, dude, if I could talk to a motherfucker who's 6'3", 220, and I'm actually talking about a real story, who's had a loaded gun in his hand, I think I can sell somebody. You know what I mean? It's a high pressure moment. It's like,
did you sell him?
This dude's pissed. That was back when I was knocking. I'm not sure if he went solar, but he did set up a lead, and I think it was a sit. I'm not sure.
That's still a win, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, at that time, I didn't even give a shit if it sold. You know what I mean?
If I get a
door knocker.
Even if I get a fake phone number, I consider that a win sometimes. I'm like, all right, they didn't want to talk to me.
His name's Neil Blow Me.
Yeah. I remember the one time someone gave me a fucking, it was like at Hotmail or something like that, and I just didn't believe them. I was like, dude, if you're gonna give me a fake email.
The best is, I'll tell you a funny experience. It's like when I get emails, because I have to, say I'm qualifying some home or we're doing a soft credit pool, I have to get their email.
Yeah.
And like I'll be talking to like 45-year-old mom with 2 kids, and it's like the email's like old school belly dancer 6'5", and I'm just like, what? That's you? And like they giggle when you. I'm personable. I don't give a shit. I eat it up. I'm like, oh, so that's you?
Yeah.
And they'll crack up, and like obviously that's like kind of one of my biggest things when I'm in home. It's just building that rapport, being likable, and not a fucking uptight prick. So
if you can get in the house, it usually should be like a fucking closed deal. Not 90% of the time, because they
Yeah, it's tough though too, because there's so many people where I've told them, hey, this just doesn't make sense for you. Right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, people, if you're paying $250 a month for electric, and I tell you the solar's going to be $400, maybe you need a bunch of tree work or a bunch of like add-ons. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you that. But then you have some people where it's like, I'm never going to try to spin it. If you're not saving money, like unless you have like a price protection, it will make sense for you. 3 years from now, 5 years from now, like that makes sense. But I don't see you in the green until you're 25. Listen, motherfucker, I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna walk out of your house. But some people, they don't care, bro. Yeah. You know how it is. People probably run gyms. They don't give a shit about their clients, bro. Yeah. They're just gonna sell you on something, and then when you're in here, it's like bet.
Yeah, that's what 99% of them do is like they just like think of it as a money aspect, and that's why like the one gym around here closed down, and all the members that came from there that signed up here were like, well, why'd they close the gym? Like, we were all just so happy there. And I'm like, dude, 99% of these fuckers, like, they're like, oh, we're not making what we projected to make. Wrap it up, cut our fucking losses. Like, let's go. Like, even if it's not losing money, if it's making if it's making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, they're like, that's not enough. We wanted to make $100,000 a month. We were making $100,000 a month. Where in my aspect, I'm cool with just making a fucking living off this shit. Like, I'm cool with making my bills. I'm not trying to get rich. Obviously it'd be nice, but like, just if you want, these guys want to get rich off of this idea. So that's the difference. They're thinking of it as like an investment standpoint.
Yeah, and they look at you like a fucking dollar, like a statistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, that's also, kind of the biggest reasons I work for this company. Because at the end of the day, I'm in somebody's house. I'm going to sign them up for a $50,000 to $100,000 loan, sometimes more. I'm the one making the promises. I'm making the guarantees. I'm telling you this is going to happen, X, Y, Z. You got to have a company back you that's going to support you. Actually, make sure that things fall through. I mean, some solar companies, I know people who, sold these companies. I won't say, what company, what person, but, they would tell them X, Y, Z, shit's going to be done. And then, they installed them and now they're paying $300 more than they were supposed to. They were doing this. So, I mean, it comes with the territory, but that's just the difference between people who have a mindset of when I give, I receive. That's just how it works. It's transfer of energy, dude. So some motherfuckers, they just take, greedy motherfuckers, and it catches up to them. It will, always.
Catches up to everybody. Because, you'll be walking out, in public, and you'll see somebody that you fucked over, and you're like, they want to fist fight you.
I remember I was in, and it was a good client. She was very excited. I was in fucking, I think it was Banana Republic in the Christiana Mall. I ran into her, and we ended up talking for half an hour, and I was like, damn, thank God I'm not a scumbag, because you run into these people. It's real life. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Different strokes for different folks, but I just try to do a good job putting people in a good spot, which I mean, dude, you do too. You're pretty fucking, bro, we're pretty close now, but 2 years ago, it's we're acquaintances. And you were very hands-on on me. He told me what to do, gave me, all right, this worked for me, try it for you. So, I mean, that's why I think we both have success. It's pretty fucking genuine.
Yeah, just try and actually help people. That's why the same thing with business. As long as you're just open with being honest with everything, it should work out 90% of the time. And if it doesn't, it's not meant to work. Yeah,
you're gonna fail, dude. I mean, I heard that every single, forget the percentage of millionaires and billionaires. Dude, everybody files bankruptcy. Those losses, you're gonna get losses over $1,000. You're gonna get 100,000 losses. You're gonna $1 million losses. Yeah. If you want to fucking go all the way, dude, you're gonna get your ass beat a bunch of times. Yeah. But you keep going, you're gonna strike gold. I believe it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes some people strike gold every fucking time, like Elon Musk.
Yeah, dude, hey, listen, dude. I mean, I got a tattoo literally of a clover on me trying to bring the good luck, so I'm pretty fucking invested in it.
Try and change it up, trying to get it.
I mean, Elon Musk wasn't, I forget how old he was when he was, when he first made $1 billion, but I mean, it's not like this dude was this fucking hot commodity all his life, you know what I mean? Although, dude, he's been more loaded up for longer than I thought. I just saw a video from I think early 2000s.
Yeah, he was rich when he was a kid. He fucking sold PayPal. That's where he made $500 million, young. But then
so he's a beast.
Yeah, he took all that money and put it into SpaceX and Tesla, and they were and his investors or his his management whatever was hey, you need to take all the money and put it into one of these projects, or they're both going to go bankrupt.
Dude, well, the SpaceX stories are I didn't even know he was involved in that, but there's a book I read. I'm pretty sure it was SpaceX. The book was Purposeful Curiosity, and it talks about a few members of the space staff, what it went in, and pretty much the whole book's about different people, challenges they faced, how they overcame them. Just kind of for the reader, you get oh, dude, so you can get anxiety with this shit, lose this shit, go fucking nuts, and you can still make it all the way, be a billionaire. So yeah, the SpaceX shit's pretty impressive because it definitely was not easy. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, and he did both. He was able to do both, even though the money. I guess the people, the manager, I don't know what the fuck they call it, I guess investment managers or financial advisors, they were no, you need to put all your money in one of these, one of them where they're both going to die. And he was nah, fuck it. Let's just run it. Let's see what happens. I can make more money.
Gotta love risk.
And obviously he had some help along the way, people giving him billions of dollars, but that shit... No one he couldn't have done it without him.
And it's also, if you gave me $1 billion right now, dude, I'd be pretty fucking stressed. I gotta make this happen. Now you just gave me $1 billion bucks. You know what I mean? So, I mean, dude, I'm gonna say it again, bro. But new levels, new devils. This shit just gets it's a different kind of stress. The stress used to be, oh shit, I have my last $10. Yeah. Now the stress is, fuck, I got a $120,000 project going up. I gotta make sure that I gotta see this, see everything through. So
yeah. That's great, especially with, owning your own business. Some months you'll have 40 grand in your bank account, and then the next month it'll be oh, you have enough to pay the bills.
Dude, and people don't understand that. They think especially you, they see the Tesla here, and oh yeah, he's on the easy coast. Nah, motherfucker, this shit is every single day stress. It still is. I don't know when it's gonna be gone, but I mean,
it's never gonna be gone. But you're just gonna be, I guess, in a better financial position.
It's gonna be different.
You know what I'm saying? If I, house is paid for, car is paid for. If everything went to shit, I would still have my house and my car. That's...
And that's where it turns to just being even grateful. But dude, people don't understand. They think that's why I want so many more people our age to get into what we're doing. Because I've learned that 6 figures isn't shit. And then I'm a single bachelor. You know what I mean? I don't have kids. I don't have anything. I'm not fucking never been in jail. I'm not paying off court fines. And I still see money getting ripped out of my account daily, dude. Yeah. And people think 100K. I mean, it's not what it is. When I grew up, when I was like 6, 8 years old. I was like, dude, if I can make 100K, I'm living.
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't the case, man.
Yeah, now it's like $250,000 a year is probably like
survivable for a dude to take care of 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
And still probably maybe have a vacation here and there.
Like to be genuinely comfortable, like not like, hey, there's a chance I lose my house this month. You know, obviously you can still be comfortable and like have those problems, but you know, you never know. Fucking shit's crazy. Everything's always constantly changing, and especially when you work for yourself, it's like you said. One day somebody could be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this $10,000 deal," and then the next day they're like, "Oh, yep, no, not anymore."
Not anymore. Sounds good until it's. I mean, I don't even get excited over contracts anymore, dude. I gotta see shit installed, see throughout. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean that in the most positive way. You know what I mean? Sometimes it turns out to not to be the best idea for a homeowner, and they realize that 5 years or 5 days down, it's like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you to do something you don't want to do, so it sucks. You know what I mean? But it's kind of just the nature of the territory.
All right, I feel like we covered pretty much everything.
Joe Mckillop out.
Joe Mckillop, you want to do your company and Instagram and shit, whatever?
Yeah, please. Follow me. Name, last name, Instagram, Joe Mckillop on Instagram, pretty vague. You'll be able to find my company. It is in my bio, Omnia Solar. Listen, you guys reach out to Omnia, reach out to me. Nick will probably give you guys my number. But we do referrals, 1,000, 1,500. I've given people 2,000. So get at me. Try to help you guys out, see if it's a good fit. But I hope you guys can learn a little something through my experiences.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Joe.